Okay, we stopped here. Our character is a pro. He dribbles the ball, throws it in the hoop, and now we're going to make his wish come true and make the ball go through the hoop. So, right here, we made it come on top. Let's zoom in on the hoop. And I'm actually going to add a curves layer because it blends in with the thing. Go to Effects and Presets, search for curves. Add that directly on the ball. Let's lower the thing. So now we have a darker ball. It's better this way. Close that. And over here, we just wanted to, let's have a look right when it comes here. We wanted to kind of go around. Let's first work with scale. Hit S. Zoom out. Because it's getting further away from us, the audience. So here it's in the hand. Make a keyframe. As it goes on the hoop towards the end, it's going to be smaller. Small enough so it can fit in the hoop. Guess that's good. Hit F9. Let's have a look. Okay, so the ball actually gets small a little bit too slow. So let's bring that in closer. So you can see it gets smaller by the time it reaches the hoop. You can make it even faster. And yeah, so the ball gets smaller because it's getting further away from us. Now let's hit U on ball. And on scale, we had it go in like that. But when it reaches here, normally basketballs don't just fall in like that. They do like a little dance. And to do that, we are going to select the ball, bring it here, Control right arrow key. Maybe make it rotate here. So it's like kind of dancing around the hoop to create excitement. Just make sure it's on the blue part. Next keyframe, we can make it go in the middle before it decides to go down. So next keyframe, we're going to make it go down. Use this guy to bring it down. Let me change this to fit so we can see the floor. Just bring it down all the way till it reaches the ground. And then it needs to bounce. So Control right arrow key or Command right arrow key, skip 2 frames, then bring it back up just a little bit. Skip 2 more frames, come back down, and then we're going to skip 2 frames, make a normal keyframe, and skip the next frame, and then just make it like roll off the side. So it's going to look like that. We also need to add a rotation. So go on rotation around when he's about to shoot the ball, which is here. We're going to make a keyframe, move it back, and just make it maybe move 90 degrees until it reaches the hoop, which is here. Bring that here. It's going to rotate. Okay, so the movements for the position is a bit too much. But here, let's make it rotate another 90 degrees. Let's go for 180. Rotates 180, comes down, and as it bounces up. So we're going to look for the first time it reaches the floor, which is here. Control right arrow key to make your movements. As it comes up, it needs to rotate. So let's add 270. You can change the angles however you like. I'm just going to leave it this way. And then when it reaches the floor, we're going to make a keyframe. moving forward, right when it finished rolling around, we're going to add 360. So as it rolls away, it's also rotating. It's going to come down here and it will rotate until it stops. So we have that. About the position, we have to zoom in on these. Let's bring these guys closer so we can have a look at the keyframes. Hit B to close this in here and N here, so we can see exactly where the problem lies. So you can see the ball isn't exactly in the thing. See here it's literally outside of the hoop. So we know that this keyframe is not okay. So zoom in on position. We're going to move a frame back and just bring it in the right area. So it needs to be still in the hoop at the tip of it. Doesn't need to fly out, because that doesn't make sense. Move in frame by frame until you get to see where the problem lies again. Alright, so it was good until then. And then it just goes down. If we replay this, the ball is going to come and do a little dance and it's going to fall in the thing. It is going by a little too quickly, so select all keyframes, hold down Alt on the last one and just kind of stretch it out. Let's do that with all of the keyframes. Select all. Select all that is in the selection, not the rest. Hold down Alt on the last keyframe, last bottom one. Just stretch it out. It's going to look like that, and it goes down. It doesn't come up. Let's have a look at it from afar. Ball goes in, comes in like that. So there is a little pause for, I believe, position right when it reaches the floor. Let's go in frame by frame. So this guy is the culprit. We do not want this. So let's delete this middle keyframe and we should have a better look. So it's going to come down to a little dance. And then here it pauses again, so let's delete that. Don't want any pauses. And just, yeah, that's better. Alright, so let's select all of these keyframes, go back in here, and make them auto bezier. Alright, let's bring these back. We have so many keyframes. Alright, now we need to add the hoop on top, so let's duplicate the hoop layer. Turn off the original hoop, zoom in. And we should have done this in the illustration layer actually. So I will add a copy of this in your work, so it would be hoop net. Just bring that hoop net above, because right now if I try to do it, it's going to have the orange bits in it. So in your project, you will have a hoop net. Bring that above ball. That way the ball can go inside the net instead of over it, because that indicates that he didn't make the shot. So that's how you make complex movements using Buick Basel and some regular After Effects properties. We mainly wanted to focus on the parent constraint, which is another new thing that you guys will learn. It's really helpful when you want to detach and unparent an object throughout your animation. So if you're going to animate juggling, for example, you would want the ball to be in the hand at one point and then detach and then return back to being parented to the hand. And also there are times where you want your object to parent to two separate layers at a time. So for us, we only had it connecting to left hand. but there are times where you want it to do on 2 separate layers. So if we had another character and he wanted to give the ball to him, we would have to make the ball parented to his hand first and then detach and then parent to that person's hand. To do that, it's simple. You just add another parent constraint. So you would select this, go to Duke-Bussell, make another parent constraint, but make the second one attached to the person's hand. So this one was attached to his. The second one would be attached to the guy's hand. And you would just make keyframes, so when it's 100 on this one, it's 0 there. If it's 100 here, 0 there. And now that we know how to make this complex movement, you could use what we learned in this lesson to animate just about anything, such as bike rides, mountain climbing, playing the guitar, and so much more. So I hope you guys enjoyed this lesson, and I will see you guys in the next one.